You are watching and we are playing Metastability of Mage the Awakening. I am Ed, storyteller, and I'm joined by a ragtag band of mages being played in this instance by Ebo, Lee, Richard, Rory, Jeff, in alphabetical order of their characters' names.
And movie phone.
Movie phone.
Can we be lovable misfits?
No.
I mean, at least one of us is a lovable misfit.
Why are two of you subtitled Rory?
What?
Because we're baller.
I see cool guy.
Yeah, that's weird. Two of us are titled as Richard, so that must mean that Ebo has a thing on that's reflecting your own name back?
Oh.
And you.
Okay. Well,
I see my name,
speaking of this game that we're playing,
but I changed my name to.
Do you guys remember what happened in the last session?
Yes, I do.
I imagine I probably do.
Right. Somebody lay it on me. Excuse me.
No, wait, we put, what's his name? No, that was...
First thing we did is we talked about how we visited that one place that we're not sure where it is, and it was a room hidden away.
It's true.
And then we did put
We're gonna
Kufu
kill
under.
Loeb. We're gonna kill Loeb.
Kufu tried to cast a spell as he went under, and that didn't go.
No, it didn't.
Counter spells.
What else?
Aren't we about to kill someone?
Yes.
The
The plan is to go and kill Loeb.
We had some discussions about that group, and Rhodes and Sostratus both seem to think that couldn't just let it lie, so we're working on ways to send more than a message to them.
It sends a message.
Oh, okay, so Stratus scryed on Loeb, and he freaked, and then this was like, I think, when he was out in the street, and then later on, he scryed on him again while he was sleeping. And
Your definition of freaked.
He freaked out again, and he decided to start casting, and we figured we could either gate there or we could drive there, which would probably be faster and more reliable. And we decided to do that.
We are driving to his house.
We just had to drive to his house because it's faster than casting a ritual spell, and he's gonna cast a spell and get caught.
Oh, that's right. You guys had a ritual off.
And so we were, well, that was a different time when he got shot in the eye. But then Ed said that he was going to stop before the carnage happened and give us blue balls for a week. Those are his words, not mine.
Did I actually say that?
No.
Okay.
That sounds like something you'd say.
It sounds like
it does sound like
something
you did say it though also.
Oh, well, you said something like it, but I didn't think you said it verbatim.
Didn't he summon a supernal being and
verbatim
bind it to
another
his
one of
body or
them?
something like that?
Yeah, you know, he might have said verbatim.
Verbenia?
Verbena, yeah.
As for what exactly he might have done with a supernal being, that was not explained to your senses in your observations of him. All right, yeah, and I guess one thing that happened in the last session that you didn't mention was that Sostratus also scryed on Capone.
And you had the invisible figure thing.
That destroyed my scrying.
He was in an unfamiliar place, and
Sitting on a chair or something.
Like a waiting room.
yeah, some sort of
No windows.
invisible or undetectable figure emerged from another room and dismissed the potent scry quite efficiently.
Well,
Yeah, sounds accurate.
Okay.
you think he was talking to Steno?
We had discussed that at the time as a possibility.
Or Stroud.
Yes.
I don't think Sprout is as strong as as that, but I might be
Well,
wrong.
He's
Cypress doesn't think, so let's...
You know, he's an apostate, but I still don't think he's...
We also know that he lives in a place that is heavily warded always.
That is true.
Haven't we seen Hal dispel powerful magics just by a little bit of elbow grease?
If he has rope, then it might be easier than you think.
I mean, I did have a I think it was 7 potency scry that he just got rid of. So it is a pretty big dispel.
Yeah.
I mean, the immediate things I think of are, it could be entertainment. Those can get potent and
Right.
hard to detect. Or it could be a hung spell with a high potency.
We also know, if it's possible, I mean, whoever, we also know that Stroud uses enchanted items, so it's possible that he has more than one, or Steno
He's
has...
a prime mage.
Yeah. So he could imbue or enchant something to do the effect.
And then the reason I think it could have been Steno is because Steno is probably a space mage.
Well,
Space and or time,
Fate time,
and or
yeah.
fate. Yeah.
yeah, and also Steno seems to be Steno seems to be the strongest of all of the seer types that we've heard of.
Everything we've heard about Steno implies overwhelming power.
Right.
We're not having this conversation in character, right?
No,
Right.
we're just talking about...
Just making sure.
No, I wouldn't have said Steno that many times.
Yeah, no.
Right.
The thing is that I've said the name so little that just me saying it like 4 or 5 times in the last minute made me a little paranoid. But yeah, I imagined that we were still recapping for character's sake.
Sure. Well, your characters were pulling up to an apartment building that you are fairly confident that Loeb is in right now. And that is where we're going to resume action in real time.
Okay.
Hey, so Stratus.
What?
Yo.
Would it be possible to, in the future, acquire some sort of muffling mechanism for a pistol?
You want a flash suppressor?
I want
Sound
to...
suppressor?
Yes, a suppressor. There you go. I want it to not be so loud.
Mm.
Your gun's way quieter than mine, and it's like 10 times bigger. That's not fair.
Yes. Mine is a occupational tool.
Oh,
Mine? I mean, it depends on what you call my occupation in this case.
Well, I guess you could say the same thing about mine.
See? I don't know if I can buy one of those. It'd be a little awkward to ask for it from my parents.
Are there any windows?
first, Rory, I did give you the ammunition, right?
Sure.
Yes.
I think you did.
Okay. You have both. I don't. You requested, but I don't think we need the other one. But the main one was to be able to attack spirits.
Can they be on the same bullets or not?
Prime can give you both, can it?
Yeah, I just. Yeah, why not? Let's just pretend they're in both.
No, I thought Prime.
The Prime
Just
spell,
making-
ephemeral enchantment, lets bullets attack ghosts, spirits, whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is there's a second type of bullets that he wanted, and it's the ones that have the destroy object or whatever type of. I can't remember which spell we used, but it's the one that like.
The death spell that's good at destroying very, very strong
Structures.
matter structures.
Okay.
So that way, if
Yeah.
he needs to attack inanimate objects,
I want
that
anti-material
became
around.
animated, or if he needs to attack spirits or whatever he's doing. So I originally made them as two different things,
Oh,
but
I thought you were talking about. That makes sense.
You thought I was talking about spirits and ghosts or something.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to make them the same since at least I think one of those is a level 3 effect.
Well, I'm level 3 in both, but I think you do need 4.
You have to be higher to combine them. Yeah.
So either way, I made them as two different things.
Okay.
Sure.
I have a clip of anti-material and then a clip of anti-ghost.
I'm going to lay
Hey, puppy.
a coaxing the spirit on the car.
Okay.
Not
Are
on the
there windows?
car, but on the gun, on the weaponry, basically.
Oh,
Two. So anyone can get 2 dice on their next shooty or stabbies or whatever. I know Jeff has a gun and a sword. ... question mark.
Ed, I put a couple vulgar spells in the chat that I'm casting.
And Ed, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Are there any windows at all?
yes, there are.
Are there any windows that have blinds? Are they all covered up, or are there any that you can see in?
They're all covered. You still have eyes on him from scrying, I believe?
I was trying to maintain it if I'm allowed to.
Yeah. You can see him. All of his windows are pretty heavily covered. You can see he's in the circle that he made in his own blood, casting spells that don't have any obvious effects in the room with him.
Do I have spirit sight up?
I believe you did, yes.
Okay. Are there any spirits in the room with him?
No, doesn't appear to be.
Can I figure out which windows lead into this room?
None of the windows lead directly into the room that he is in. You could, the doors in the room he is in are either open. Some of them are open or not actually doors, just doorways. So you could, in theory, get a line of sight to the room he is in, if not for blinds. Jeff, you were saying that you needed paradox rolls for 1 and 2 die
Yeah, I'll
spells?
just take both of them.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty rough.
Ed, can I move to a position where I would have line of effect through a window to that room?
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to cast a spell, so
You're not allowed.
to make myself better at the shooting.
You can do that. You can also
I'll tell the rest of the people roughly what room he's in.
yeah. You can also roll a I guess I'll call it wits plus empathy. I know you're strong at that.
Yes. Empathy is one of my strong suits.
That's mine too. So we got that going for us.
Oh my god, me too. Plus I have emotions.
I'm good at emotions. I'm not like I'm taking a -1 penalty on my wits roll.
When you're getting close to being in a position that could have could have a straight shot to him through the window, you get the impression that he's kind of like looking, or at least being preoccupied in your direction. It doesn't come through clearly at first through scrying, but he seems to be altering his position and paying attention as though he knows where you are.
Okay, it seems like he knows that I'm doing this. Ed, I have a 1 die paradox also for you
Okay.
to kill me with.
Wow, Ed, you were banging on all cylinders with
I think
these
this
paradox
thing is
rolls.
broken, but I'm okay with it.
Rory, you're out of the car, right?
Yeah, I will move to a
He's in
better
a-
position.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out, and I'm gonna try to scout the area for spirits of note.
Yeah, you can I guess make a wits plus composure.
Sure. Ed, you took all the good dice.
I guess you don't really
That's
sense
exactly
any
how it works.
spirits of note.
Okay. I'll I'll return and say, well, I don't see any any firepower immediately, but that isn't to say there isn't any Hal, you should be ready in case he
He knows we're here.
whatever
We're just
armor
giving him more
spells
time.
or protection spells he's got on. You know what apartment he's in?
Yeah. Do you want me to start shooting?
We should probably either try to get up there or try to drive him out. We need to pick one, right?
He's in a circle of his own blood. I don't think he's going anywhere.
We need to get up there and then start shooting, right? So we can.
Well, I mean, you get that blind open, I'll see more easily, but I've got a line.
Ed.
Yeah.
Might I cast a spell?
You might.
I casted something like this previously. Basically using a version of the. I was actually thinking of something like that. Basically, trying to convince the spirit of the curtains to perform an act that falls within their normal functioning, like opening.
Sure.
By either either rousing the spirit or just making like a roll of some sort. I don't really know if that would require rousing or if it would require something like coax the spirit sort of thing.
It would take more than coax.
Yeah, I just mean like a higher level version of that, basically.
I mean, rouse would be appropriate if
Okay.
you think that there's a sort of methodology for a lower level that would work. You can try it.
I don't particularly have one.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to do that. I will rouse it. I do have a road for this. I think it's full. I should check. Might not. Might not be full.
It's gotta be vulgar, doesn't it?
Vulgar. Yeah, it's vulgar stuff.
Okay.
But I do have a road for it.
Well,
And
yeah,
I do
like
have
his death magic.
four-
It's not vulgar ever, basically.
Does that give me one? Does that give me a chance die or
One die, I'm pretty sure.
one die? Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
Yes.
the magic is worn off.
Okay, yeah, I got 5 successes to rouse it. Pretty potent rousing.
Yeah. Oh,
I'd say. Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
So yeah, I will. I guess try to control that spirit. Since I'm not probably near enough or what have you to adequately talk with it. I'm just gonna try to control it.
Okay. Yeah, you can try to do that.
Sweet. This one is not vulgar. It's a rank 1 spirit. I don't think control spirit is vulgar.
How would you feel if somebody called you a rank 1 spirit?
If it was honest?
Discrimination, bucko.
Flabbergasted.
That 3 was to control it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
you can have control of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it to, I guess, exert control over its influence, which I can only assume is curtains to open.
It's curtains for him.
Yeah, it's
I'll say this might not be an instant process. I don't really know what this thing is capable of. It's a spirit. It's a curtain spirit.
yeah, it'll pull the curtains open,
I'll say.
kind of sloppily, but there's a wide, a gap probably about 18 inches wide in them now. So Stratus, you will see
Is this the sloppiest way to open curtains?
Loeb is taking notice of this happening. He's placed himself behind cover, basically around a corner, relative to that window. He's gonna peel the patch off of his eye, and you see what looks like an unnatural amount of blood will start coming from the hole in his face, and basically pooling in a sort of writhing puddle on the floor near him.
I think we need to go upstairs.
Blood spirit.
Can roll initiative now.
Yeah, I want to shoot him at that point. So.
I'll give you something to bleed about.
So Ed, because of my new firearm training, just so you're aware, I now can subtract my dice and firearm from my initiative penalty with firearms.
Okay.
I'm just making sure you're aware that I'm not cheating by not having a horrible initiative penalty anymore.
Okay.
I thought you'd appreciate it.
I don't know why.
I hope you roll a 1. That would be it. Well, that guy's initiative is banging.
I didn't put the thingy up, did I? Let's just get that thingy up.
I didn't even add my bonus. It's Dex plus Wits.
It's Dex plus sorry, no, it's
Dex and Composure.
Dex and Composure.
My 2 worst stats. That's right.
Composure is...
Still don't go first.
Oh, I think I might have a thing.
Jeff, your dex and composure is 1 and 1? That doesn't make any sense.
I got gun.
You subtract.
Guns make you. Oh, yeah.
Weapons make you have problems unless you have firefight training.
Well, I don't carry. I'm not wielding the gun.
If you're wielding a gun, it's slower to attack people. Trust me.
Now, does that mean that if you put the gun away, that your next turns you can go a little faster?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, and they didn't even roll 10s.
Hold on.
I had 5. What do you add, Ebo?
4.
If I ever had to make a strength plus resolve roll, I would add 2. That's 2 dice. It's terrible.
That is worse than what I do.
That's my worst roll. Or strength or resolve plus any 1 dot skill, which I have 1.
My worst roll is 4. So.
For what?
Anything?
He doesn't have anything less than a 2.
Anything, but also a lot of things.
I have
all of
your
your
1 in every mental skill.
No, he's saying he doesn't have anything less than 2. His worst roll is 4.
Yeah, but mental skills give you a -3.
Oh,
so...
well, I mean, he's talking about attributes.
Oh, I was talking about. I thought he said everything.
all of his attributes are at 4.
2. Minimum.
I love everything about this conversation.
So why are all of his attributes at 4?
Because he spent a lot of XP on attributes.
That's crazy.
I'm just thinking that would be a lot of experience to spend on attributes.
I've got 8 4s and 3 7s, and that doesn't even add up.
No, that's too many.
Again, there's a lot of reasons it doesn't add up. Oh, I should probably add in my... okay, I go with 9. Great.
He also re-rolls his 9s and 8s, or what was it? No.
He re-rolls his 7s, but his 8s are not successes.
His
anymore.
9s
re-roll all
again,
D12s.
and he re-rolls anything that he fails.
Who?
Barassus?
Yeah, on all of his
Barassus
skills.
just has rote skill for quality for all of his rolls.
Yeah.
Yes, which he has 4 attribute points on
I also
every.
get a roll
That's
D12s.
breath of experience, right? That's what breath of experience does, right?
Yes.
For being old.
He also has skill sage. He just
Which
forgets
lets
to
him
use
roll
it.
2d10 and take the lower of the 2.
That was a pretty good roll for 4 dice.
Oopsie.
It's absolutely terrible. This is on D12s, and it was 8.
That was terrible.
Well, I thought you got to reroll those 7s, but 8s weren't successes.
Oh, did I do that wrong? I was just putting numbers together. Let's see. That's right.
You did even worse.
Why even play if you can't win?
Well, now you got all those stinky D12s out of the way.
Those dirty D12s.
Jeff
You
made
know,
us use D12s in the
D12s
Mage
are
game
the
once.
best to die.
Yes, the dog is the blood spirit thing.
I didn't have anything.
That's perfect. Isn't that supposed to be... Who was that for?
It was the. I
Was
mean,
it for Kali?
we.
Was it
maybe,
a
I don't
joke
know.
on Kali's? Even though that's not the Kali they're going for.
Ed, can I shoot him?
Interesting question.
This is not the collie you were looking for.
Damn it.
I like that song.
Yeah,
I'm
just play that one.
not hearing the song that I'm looking for.
Can you play all the songs at the same time?
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's start them at different times.
You can attempt to target him, even though you technically can't see him, but he is behind a reasonably solid wall from where you are.
I will use the anti-material bullets. Because I was shooting through the window anyway.
Okay. Your rationale is convincing enough. Now, how did you make those, Hal? Did you just use imbue item on a bullets?
Yeah.
Or okay, so
It's based off of destroy object, and it's only got 4 successes. So, but what it does is, when it hits, then the effect should go off and affect the structure.
sure.
I don't think it's going to matter if he's just shooting windows, but
Well,
unless you
I
put
would-
something on him.
I am
Well, from
asking
the
this
windows to the
because
wall.
it is going to trigger when it hits the first thing it hits.
Ah,
So,
He's firing through multiple.
depending on
I'm firing
how
through a window and then a wall.
depending on how many turns this actually takes, he might need to disintegrate 2 different objects in order to kill this guy. Right. So yes, you may go.
basically, if his damage, I don't know how the damage
I'm
of
probably
his,
just going to play it by ear. It's not an extraordinarily strong window, so I'll just let him ignore the damage reduction that would come into play from the window,
okay,
because it will essentially disappear when he shoots it.
okay.
So do you want me to roll an attack
Um,
against him?
Yes, I
It will
would
be a
like.
ghost window though.
Switch to the other bullets.
You could. You could.
Get the trap out.
Ghost window.
Use destroy object to destroy objects. You can make
What-
ghost objects.
Ed, can you run a session of this game where we're all pretending to be different Ghostbusters?
Can I run a session of this where somebody doesn't sing a song to the tune of the Crossfire Sword Jingle from Are You?
That's me.
I don't think I can. Is my point.
That's the thing that I keep doing every time we.
Yeah,
run this
it's
fucking
just
game.
there. It can't
Um,
not be there anymore. It's a thing. It's like regulators.
Jeff, you don't
call
approve
out
of
the-
my death bullets?
Just.
What's wrong with death bullets?
I don't know. I don't think we're there yet, but I think we're gonna cross the line here.
Which line?
You don't think we're there yet, huh?
No.
What line are you talking about?
I
I
don't
like that you're
know.
optimistic about
The
these
line
things.
where you're shooting death contagion bullets into the future to kill people's memories. I don't know.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Hell yeah.
Can we imbue bullets with like memory loss so they don't remember how they got shot?
What was that
and,
noise?
and make them decay at the same time.
Oh,
And then
wow. That's actually a cool idea.
What, to make people
So
forget?
that
or to make your
they'll
bullets
obviously
decay?
know immediately that they're injured, but they'll forget that they got shot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can call it
Holy crap, that's awesome.
like
That is,
Like
that's
the-
just mean. Why am I so hurt?
What happened? Why?
You guys are dark.
And then I can do it again the next turn if I have a whole clip of them and they just.
All it would be is somebody being perpetually confused about why they're so hurt.
We should do
Oh,
that.
sorry.
Help me make those bullets.
I need new friends.
And all I need is portals then, and I can shoot people from wherever I want with bullets that they forget that they got shot by.
Yeah, I need new friends.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I guess it's
you-
-3 to hit him. From
Okay.
from being
I
unable
will-
to see.
I will drop damage from my gun to increase my chance to hit. Is basically how that works then.
Yep. Okay. How much damage did you reduce?
Because I'm using route skill. I'm counting.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were.
yeah, he rolled really well too.
I know.
Where?
Spirit armor, I think, is the armor version and not the defense one. I'm not sure if that matters.
I understand.
Okay. I always forget, so I looked it up when the session started.
That is
Yeah.
12 to hit him. Which will deal 13 damage.
Let's see here.
That's not a lot of damage.
Isn't it?
13?
No, it's a huge amount of damage. Come on.
Oh,
I don't know. It's Mage. You never know when it's a lot of damage or not.
There's still the old girl trick to get over 400 damage.
I'm pretty sure if somebody shot me with something that did anything to me that did 13 damage, I would drop.
Oh, you could just play
I would just drop like a sack of potatoes.
Nagana.
Shadowrun?
And just cheat.
Oh, yeah, Naga,
Play Shadowrun.
where you bite somebody and they take 7 aggravated damage. Come on. The dumbest thing in the whole fucking game.
In addition to the bite damage. That's just a bonus.
I think people
Yeah.
took that rule out of context. They were actually pretty weak.
Dot. Flawless
You
gates.
mean the ability to create their own Umbral Pocket Realm wherever they wanted?
They also took that ability out of context.
They also had a lot of disadvantages.
They took that out of context.
Like what? Immunity to poison?
Well,
That's
first of all,
an
you had to buy a book to play them.
Oh, that's true.
Which
Um,
a lot of people didn't want, so it was cheap.
I
Big
thought
up-
there were others.
That's a great way
yeah,
to sell
you're
a book.
creating the biggest disadvantage. Convincing your GM to allow you to play one.
Mm. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
I certainly never managed to do it.
Some say it never happened.
I've never seen someone play one.
I made one for a game once, and then the game never got played.
I wonder why. Everyone was like, he's playing what? There.
Okay. Did you shoot him in any any special part of his body?
Die.
No, because I wanted to make sure to get through the wall. So I wanted to.
Okay. Yeah. You'll see him fall over to the ground. You clip very nicely through the wall. He does not appear to be dead, but he is. He's very severely hurt.
Oh, did you add the bonus that Cypress gave to all the guns?
I did, yes.
Okay, I was gonna say you might get a little extra on that.
My free.
I didn't get to aim before this fight started, so I didn't get to go over the 20 dice.
Such is the life of a mage.
If I had time to aim,
Never
I
have
could
time to
gun.
aim.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the blood puddle that is on the ground next to him is going to sort of animate and leap toward the window, and it's going to attempt to shoot at Sostratus.
What is it shooting at him?
It is basically chucking some blood on him.
Gross.
What kind of?
I think our internet is lagging. Are you guys hearing us, robot, at all?
No.
I'm not hearing you, robot, at all.
No.
Are you hearing me, robot?
No.
No.
I didn't hear you, robot, but you lagged a little bit, and I think it might be us because I'm seeing Jeff and Evo's images were stuttering. Anyway.
Yeah. So Stratus, what is your defense against ranged attacks?
I get to add my space armor,
Right.
and that's it.
Yes.
Okay, so then my space armor is 3.
Okay.
You don't get like a different defense to dodge, like naturally.
You don't
Not
get to
against-
make. You don't get to
not
add your
against
defense
ranged.
against ranged attacks normally.
Okay.
It depends, I think, on the ranged attack.
Yeah, like bullets, you don't get to do that too. I thought like thrown weapons and stuff you did, but
Generally speaking, yes, but for the purposes of this particular attack, it is not going to apply.
Oh my god, Jeff, that's actually a really cool idea.
Hey, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to cast a vulgar spell, and I'm going to spend 3 mana to reduce the paradox thing to a chance die.
That
Is this something that you can do out of turn order?
Turn projectile.
Okay.
Oh, that is something you can do out of order.
Alright, you don't get any paradox.
Neat. Let's see if I can actually do this. I think you have to get a retarded amount of successes.
To turn it all the way around, you do.
I'm excited.
He's basically spraying kind of a shotgun of blood. So in order to completely avert it, you'll need I gotta figure out find the page for that.
Apply an AoE factor to it? I don't fucking know if that's possible.
No, it's
Oh,
pretty
there's
easy.
die penalty for like short burst?
Yeah, it basically would be a -2 to
Okay.
basically turn the whole cloud of blood droplets.
Oh, let's see here. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7.
and I'm just making sure I am across the street, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Just put a whoop.
Um.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So I can
Yeah,
turn it
it
by
will,
45 degrees.
Any preference?
I guess
Not to me.
Turn it up
maybe
across
just hit the building beneath him, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just splatter probably like a 6 foot wide like area that looks like it was just sprayed with blood.
I like
And it is done. Loeb is going to attempt to cast a spell in his turn. There we go. Damn it.
Now, none of us can see Loeb or anything like that, right?
Let's try to scan.
No, I mean the rest of us. Are we just on the ground floor thinking about going in the building?
You could
was
have been like on your way in.
Yeah. I was still outside because I had been. I wanted visual on the curtain.
Right.
You wanted visual to give me visual?
Basically, yes.
And for the sake of retroactively patching the scene together, Zeus is probably outside as well because he redirected a projectile.
Yes.
Okay, he's going to.
So does that mean that who is inside?
None of us went inside, I thought.
Okay, so we're still outside.
Did anyone go inside?
I was planning on going inside after I opened up the window, but the gunfight started immediately, so I
I
didn't.
never said I was going inside, and
Okay.
I would not go anywhere near that place without Cypress.
Why without me?
Because you can see all the spirit traps.
Oh, that's actually
Also, Barassus doesn't go in first, so.
wow.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
going
think
first.
I think the saying is ladies first.
Everyone else first.
But then I believe the other saying is age before beauty. So Ross is probably gonna go first.
From his position, lying in an expanding pool of blood on the floor, he will basically screw up his will, make a couple of gestures, and so Stratus, you can see him pass through the gauntlet into shadow.
I can see into shadow, though, right?
Yes, that is why you don't just see him vanish.
Okay. Do my bullets affect things in shadow?
Not the ones you have loaded right now.
Right, not the ones I have loaded, but the other ones
Yes.
do, right? Okay.
In fact, Twilight and Shadow targets. And Brassus. Where are you? Inside? Yeah, outside.
Barassus is outside with the other
Can you just
people
pick one because you're letting the air conditioning out?
who have not. I haven't even went inside. Door's not even open.
Come on, I was never gonna be able to use that otherwise.
Barassus is going to. Can I see Stratus? I heard the gunshot.
You saw where I went, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not relevant to me if I can't see you.
you can kind of tell where he is just because there's a big giant blood disc on the side of a building that draws your eye toward his position.
Okay, can I spot him from where I am then? Can I look? No. Okay. I probably need visual contact for what I'm doing, or visual sight. Sight.
I don't know what you're trying to do. So
I'm trying
the way
to
you're
cast a spell on him.
on,
On-
so
So Stratus, yeah.
We probably need to get up the building.
Yeah. Perfect timing. That's what I always do.
okay, yeah. I mean, you probably can't readily see him.
Okay.
You know about where he
going
is,
to,
though?
Does anyone have a weapon out?
Nope.
Hmm.
I can unzip my pants and then turn that into a yes, though.
And I can't see anybody.
Because
Well,
you're
I'm going to open the door.
Mhm.
I'm going to go up to the door and then I'm going to open it. And I'm going to look inside.
Barassus is one of those old guys that has, like, failing vision but refuses to wear glasses because he never wore them his whole life. I don't know if you guys ever knew anybody like that, but I know a few of them.
I mean, you're going to look inside of the building.
Yeah.
It's got a lobby, basic apartment building stuff. There's some stairs, some mailboxes, a hall that leads to some apartments.
Okay. I'm going to cast Perfect Timing on Hal then.
Okay.
What does that do?
If you don't cast a spell, you get an extra nothing. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Well,
You know,
just,
spell's
guys.
Hal's primary form of attack is a spell, and
just so you know,
everybody
Hal's
else's is
primary
not.
form of almost everything is going to be spells.
Is that it for Barassus?
He
Yeah.
is a mage.
Okay, Cypress, what are you gonna do?
Okay. Okay. I have a question. The creature is was it is it a spirit or something remotely similar?
It is remotely similar.
I guess does it seem capable of using Numina to attack? I think ghosts and spirits both do that. I'm not sure if other creatures do. Like, do I know if the ability you used was a Numina, like a blast, or if it's
Phenomena.
Yeah, I mean, it's. You're not sure. Near enough.
Okay, I am going to cast a Numinous Shield on whoever is in the street. Zeus, Hal, Barassus, myself.
Sounds right.
Basically, it gives you 1 point of armor against Numina. You basically, when you get targeted by a Numina, you you have to spend a point of mana, and then you get the Numinous Shield against it, kind of like the Prime spell. I don't remember what it's called.
I'll take it.
You just
I'm
have
going
to
to
tell
cast
me
this.
when I get targeted by Numina.
What does it do?
And we're golden.
Hold on. I need to make sure that that it happens first.
It binds us, it penetrates us.
Everything binds and penetrates us.
Is it Vulgar?
Don't you talk about midichlorians.
Alright. So it got 3 potency, so it's going to be harder to dispel, mostly. So if you're targeted by a Numina, it only works against Numina and werewolf gifts and ritual spirit-related stuff.
So if he's a werewolf, we gotta be worried about that. Or don't have to.
You have to spend a mana when there is an incoming power or something like that. You can reflexively spend it.
Okay.
And then the power will give you 3 armor against that effect.
Okay.
Every time there's an effect, you would need to spend a mana for it.
Awesome.
It also lets you be selective about it, so you can block hostile but allow friendly stuff. Oh, interesting.
Everything is hostile.
Actually, I am going to spend 3 mana when spend 4 mana when I cast it, so that each one of the shields gets 1 point of mana to spend.
Oh, nice.
Basically,
So that way
freezing.
it's already charged.
I was
one
just
time.
gonna ask if I could spend your mana.
Yep, mages often invest their shields with charges, spending mana during casting so that each charge already stores its own energy.
Oh, you're so sweet. You know that?
Anyway, that's
Alright.
my turn. Sorry, I couldn't hit you, Stratus. You're just too damn far away.
You know, I get that problem a lot.
Hal, what do you got?
Okay. We're all still standing out in the street.
I am. I'm probably near the car even.
Um.
I'm looking inside a building.
Okay. Was the plan to storm the building, or was the plan to wait out here?
Oh, the plan is whatever you think.
I'm
the plan
asking the
is.
guys because we probably talked about it in the car, and we didn't talk about it before the session.
I'm gonna say
There's no plan.
maybe kill the blood monster.
Can I see the blood monster?
Yeah, the blood monster is not being discreet.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna celestial fire the blood monster.
That's my boy.
And that is.
Does that
rogues.
subtract his defense off the top, or is that
I'll look it up again and tell you I'm
It's
really
an
close
aimed
to.
spell, I think.
It is. I believe it is an aimed spell.
I think
Which
there's
means-
2 different versions, but I think aimed is the default.
I think you don't-
Instant and aimed.
I think when you're 4 dice, it lets you skip the aimed spell part, right? Blaster, better
I think
know.
so.
The projectile is large enough that the target gain their defense against it.
His defense is 8.
Oh, so I have to -8 to my roll? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, at least I still get something. But that sure seems like a real shame, though.
That's a real shame. Could we do something about that, you guys?
I mean, look,
Mage hit it a couple times to lower its AC.
as if casting spells in this game to do damage was not terrible enough. Let's go ahead and add a defense to that one, guys. All
Aimed
right.
spells are the suck.
Good thing that I have a rote, because at least I have, you guessed it, 4 dice that I can roll
Hey.
instead.
Oh my god,
Kinda
you
hit
normally
him.
get 12. That's still a lot.
I know. Boom. Totally
Okay.
worth the possible paradox. I can spend enough mana for the. Let's see, it's already a road. I haven't done any Vulgars this.
You have 5 Gnosis.
Yeah, so I think I have to spend 2 to get no. For you to be a chance die. So
Okay. And you will?
let's. Yeah, so let's see it.
Nope.
Alright.
Nice job, guys.
Good job, guys. Well, I was actually going to hold this turn, so I'm glad that I did something. Okay, go.
That's how I
Oh,
feel on all
passing.
my turns.
Passing the Zeus.
But you
I
have
have
to
1
take
bashing
lightning.
damage.
Oh, and,
I already done did it.
Oh, all right. Then pass it.
I didn't realize that Zeus had enough forces to turn projectiles.
Yeah,
Three,
three.
right?
I didn't realize you had 3 forces.
Has he
Yeah,
always
yeah.
had 3 forces?
Right. So
For a while.
Stratus.
Do you have
I'm
3
gonna switch
life
my
forces?
clip.
Okay.
His death is 1 or 2.
2 death.
Wow.
And can I take cover also while I do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
You're supposed to say, I don't know, can you?
Don't you wanna?
I'm actually asking if it is possible, so I just said it correctly.
Don't you wanna?
Yeah, you can.
Is that an It reference? I guess
it's
not, but now it
gonna
is.
It is going to it's going to leap across the gap between the 2 buildings.
Yes.
It
Wait,
more
what
or
did Rory do on
less.
his turn?
Hmm?
What did Rory do on his turn?
I switched my
Switching
clips.
bullets.
Oh, I was wondering why we didn't see Blood Explosion Extraordinaire.
It is going to basically extend itself and sort of pour into the window next to where Sostratus is. When it is this close to you, you can sort of see it will partly occupy a semi-humanoid form, and it's going to attempt to rake you with one of its hand-like appendages.
Oh, Lordy.
What is your defense?
Defense is lower of wits and dex.
Mm-hmm.
plus
And if you have a
base 6.
You said 6?
Yes.
Okay.
There is that merit that lets you take the better of your wits or dex. I should get that.
All right. It is going to do 1 damage to you.
I have
1 lethal damage to you.
Kevlar 1/3.
Is that
Yeah.
for-
Is it? I'm trying to remember. Is it that you always take at least 1 bashing damage from lethal attacks?
I
or
think
is it
so.
I
only
think there's
bonus?
a minimum 1, but I don't remember.
Well, I take a bashing damage, is what you're
Yes,
saying?
you'll take 1 point of
Okay.
bashing damage, and you have blood.
Okay.
It's too bad you didn't have a defense of 8.
You know, if
And he
if
wasn't
you know the
throwing
wonderful
something
thing is, if I had that merit, which I hope to get soon, I would have a defense of 11.
He's gonna blow your brains out, Rory, and you are not gonna see it coming.
It's just gonna be all mages with Prime 4 blowing Rory's brains out.
What's wrong with having a defense of 11?
There's nothing wrong with it. You just have to understand the consequences of your actions.
The monsters always try to kill me first? Yes.
Yeah, because the monster goes for the one that they perceive the immediate threat.
No, I mean, when was the last time we had a fight where the monsters didn't target me first? I understand this principle.
Okay,
That's
well,
because you kill somebody every turn that you're not otherwise occupied.
I told you, I understand this
did
principle.
attack.
Okay,
I am
good.
aware of this.
hey,
Okay, good.
I've been targeted first plenty of times.
Loeb is gonna cast a
This
spell.
I accept it. If you're hoping for confirmation or acknowledgement.
No, I'm trying to figure out his road dice pool. I don't have all of them written down. Okay. Rossus, what are you doing?
Oh god, Rossus is going to try to, God. Inescapable question on the blood monster.
Okay. You're gonna have to tell me if there's any,
Hey,
Why do you exist?
What are you
You're
fighting?
gonna have to tell me if there's any specific restrictions to what types of creatures' minds you can target with this. But
Hey,
if
man.
not,
It has to be intelligent, right?
then
You have to be able to have a conversation with it.
It's an enchantment compulsion mind affecting effect that only hits living creatures.
I would rather we not.
Doesn't get more living than blood. Monster.
Okay.
Ebo's so sure he's AB positive.
The mage is a question that challenges the assurance, and the question can be anything as long as the target can hear and understand the mage. Target can be doing anything.
So you're shouting at it?
Effect is broken if the subject is attacked, put into danger. Blah blah blah.
You stupid blood!
He can be, depending on who's around him, how prone to self-examination he is, and how open-minded he is. It could be a passing fad. Blah blah.
Can you speak
know.
with spirits right now, Barossus?
No, but I see a blood monster.
This
might understand
is
English.
A physical creature, yeah.
Incident contested. Target reflexively rolls composure plus gnosis. As long as the target can hear and understand me, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you can try to roll it.
Yep. The roll is composure and gnosis.
I heard you.
Or in his case, probably not.
7!
Wow. You rolled like gangbusters good.
Yeah, you
Oh. If the mage achieved an exceptional success, not saying I did, there's no immediate mechanical benefit, but the subject of the spell takes the question to heart so that at some point in the next few days he reevaluates his life. I'm not sure that does it if there's an exceptional success.
Right.
So I'm just telling you that now because I did roll fairly
Because you
high.
really want the blood monster to reevaluate his life.
I think that it's funny that this doesn't work as well in combat.
you're almost positive that this is not going to work on this creature. However, basically exerting the power of mind on this creature seems to be a vulnerability that it possesses. And if you want to press that issue, you think that you can do some harm to the creature.
Oh, yeah, cool. I will.
Basically, it is driven enough by instinct that you don't think that it has some sort of consciousness, but essentially, yeah. Basically, mind spells act on this creature as though it were a harmful element.
Okay, can I say that something also after the spell?
Yeah, you can say something.
I'm just gonna say it's mentally weak.
What
Or
was your
weak-
question,
weak
out of
mentally.
curiosity? What was the question you asked at it?
The question he would have asked are
Oh, sorry. Yeah, keep going.
why what would cause a blood monster to defend this man?
Yeah, it doesn't respond. You don't sense a lot of language, but it does writhe and twist in apparent pain, and it will kind of splash toward the window, and it appears to kind of it splatters onto the pavement and the area around the window without any apparent animating force left in it. You're pretty sure your one spell snuffed it out.
I'm gonna say like, whoa, Barasis. Calm down with the questions.
Yeah. You convinced it not to defend anything anymore, and to cease to exist.
All right.
Okay, I am. Can you move and cast a spell in a turn?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I am going to cast Rouse Spirit on my gun.
Okay.
This way, in a pinch, I might be able to use it to attack something on the other side of the gauntlet. I think that's where it gets roused to.
Okay.
Yes, roused objects can be used to affect beings in Twilight or across the gauntlet.
Sure.
Oh, this is vulgar also, and I'm going to spend a mana on it.
How much?
I'm going to spend 1. It's a rote. I have 4 gnosis.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
take
still
1.
gonna get 1.
God damn it. Alright. I will rouse it, and I'll say something like, let's do this.
All right.
And then I'm going to go into the building.
Sure. Hal, what are you up to?
Sure. I'll follow Cypress, but did you want me to do ephemeral enchantment, or did you effectively? Are you able to do whatever you want against
I'm
spirits?
fine. My gun can shoot across the gauntlet. Or my gun is... It's a spirit gun.
Sure. Then I have nothing to cast, so I'm going to follow Cypress and try to protect her if anything jumps out from the sides, because I'll be behind her.
Let's see, we should find an emergency exit or something. Other way he might try to escape.
Can you tell where he went?
No.
You know what
Just
floor he's
sort of-
on?
Nope.
All right, let's go.
You guys know what floor you're
Oh, we
on.
know what floor he's on. We can probably
You
find
could
this
have talked
apartment
about that in the
approximately.
car.
What floor is he on?
I mean, he's on the floor that the blood monster just leapt out of.
Probably the 3rd, 4th floor or
Well,
something.
oh,
How many rounds will it take for us to get to that floor?
Probably a while. I don't think my
It's.
speed is great.
I mean, it's basically the equivalent of 20 yards of movement before you get there. So, if you have enhanced speed, you can get there faster, but it'll probably be around 2 turns before you can start doing things to him.
Okay. I'll be spending my time heading in
my
that direction.
I have 9 speed, so it would take me 3 rounds to basically get to his apartment.
I have 10 speed.
Okay.
So, but I'm probably not going to run past you. I'll probably be.
Or I could make it in 2
behind.
rounds if my next turn is just movement, right? Because I can move 18 that round.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Sure.
All right. And, Zeus.
Yep, I'm gonna head up into the building.
Okay.
I forget. Did you give us the ability to see spirits? That
What's
was
the
something
title?
you did recently, but I don't know if. Okay.
Speaking of, so Stratus, what are you up to?
Can I still see him?
Yeah, pretty much. He's still in the room. He's gotten to his feet. He appears somewhat less injured than he was before.
I'm gonna spend the willpower and shoot him in the other eye.
Okay.
Why? So mean.
I'm not complaining.
The concealment penalty is still 3.
Okay.
There is technically a wall there still.
Your bullet did not utterly destroy the wall.
This one
Well-
won't either because it's not anti-material.
You gotta choose. And technically, Rory has a combined spell on him because I'm a badass.
We do what we can with what we have.
Sorry, I've got multiple additions and penalties, so I'm just trying to figure it.
I know that Sostratus has been struggling lately, but
Carry the one.
he's been using his tools very wisely and skating by the skin of his teeth.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Minus.
Well, you know what they say. Regulators gotta regulate. Say that right.
Okay.
Mount up.
What's that you've been saying, Jeff? Ride or die? I don't even know what that's from. I assume it's from
God damn it.
Fast and the Furious.
Yes.
That is 9 damage to his eye.
Okay.
Any luck that kills him.
This kills the mage.
I live my life 1/4 mile at a time.
Oh god.
How much Fast and the Furious have you watched lately?
All of them.
Isn't it 7 movies?
Yeah.
Which one was the best?
Oh.
Tokyo Drift.
Not
That was the
Tokyo
worst,
Drift.
actually.
Yeah.
The best is 5 or 6. I don't remember which one.
The one that only has one character in common with any of the other movies?
I only remember the subtitle for Tokyo Drift. That's why I said. I don't know what the other ones are.
I love
I've
that
never
I
seen
love that the newest one isn't even fast anymore. It's just Furious.
Okay, yeah, he's the
God.
the bullet pierces through the ephemeral wall and strikes him in his eye. He is hit by considerable force in his face. He does appear to be. I mean, you can obviously tell he must be shielded by something pretty powerful, because he's not killed by this. He a little peek behind the curtain. He is stunned, but he is spending a point of willpower to act normally, although he is getting a substantial penalty to all of his actions because he's stunned and shaking it off, and because he's blind. So basically, yeah, you can see him still in shadow. He's clutching at his face, panickedly, sort of trying to recover.
Can I talk?
Yes.
I'd like to shout to Cypress that he's in shadow. That's what the right word is, right?
Yeah. Cypress is in the building.
I'm gonna shout.
You know, maybe.
Sure. Somebody roll a die for me. Odds is good for you.
Okay, I got it. 1d1, 2.
1d1, that's cheating.
He rolled a 1d2 and he got a 2. So it was even.
Okay.
He sent it to you.
Oh, that's fine. You
I sent
don't
it.
hear him.
Okay.
Alright, that is...
I like how we're cheating to survive.
He's
Yes, guys.
gonna cast a spell again.
Wonder what happens when you are casting spells with significant penalties. God, Rory, you just...
I'm gonna guess probably nothing.
You have almost exclusively
Yeah,
crippled
this
this guy's limbs and sensory organs.
This isn't Shadowrun, so he gets to roll his full die pool.
Actually, you have. You shot him in the knee and both eyes. That's every time you've ever shot him.
Over 3 encounters.
Yeah,
So-
he's had time to heal one of those a little bit.
You're a monster. I love it.
He healed one
Right.
of them completely. He got better.
Parasis, what are you up to?
Yeah, at least he didn't try to drown him in a lake.
Following the other people upstairs.
Word
Seemed
up.
like a good idea at the time.
It was a good idea at a time. Still a good idea now.
Cypress, what are you gonna do?
I'm going upstairs.
Alright. Take a full turn of movement. You can get up to the floor that he's on and be ready to enter his apartment next turn.
Sure. I'm gonna say something like, how can you get the door on your turn?
Oops.
Yeah,
Or
going
how can you get the
upstairs.
door?
Yeah. Hal did the exact same thing, and he also will be assisting with the door.
It's the strategy
Alright.
at the door. Or,
Zeus, are you following too?
Cypress can get
Oh,
the door.
yep, going upstairs.
Alright.
I'm behind
Background
you guys.
to Sostratus.
Shoot him in the other eye.
There's still a wall.
Yeah, technically.
So I'm still getting a -3.
hmm
Words of advice.
Sorry, I need to check. Do you remember what the aiming penalty on a limb is?
I think it's 2. Well,
Oh, that combat
probably
expertise
close to
that
hand
Shredus
with
has given you.
Sostratus. It is. Arm is 2. My leg is 2. Yeah, it's 2.
I'm gonna shoot him in the leg.
Kick her in the
Okay.
balls.
Yeah, I have no idea that he's in a different dimension.
5 damage to his leg.
Wait,
I'm out
why
of-
not?
I'm out of the fun stuff.
Alright, yeah. He will be hit in the leg. He's definitely hurt. He doesn't appear to have had his leg shot clean off, like you almost did to him on your first meeting.
Okay, that was an accident.
Yeah, I
I
know.
only meant to shoot his like a little, not all
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, you shot him so hard you probably could have blown off his other leg.
Leg is a very dangerous place to get shot.
Yeah,
A lot of
some pretty-
places.
The eye is a more dangerous place to shoot.
The fact that he could get shot in both eyes and not be dead is a testament to his survivability.
I would prefer to be shot in the butt cheek, grazing it left to right.
Okay, guys.
But then all of your butt muscles would fall out.
They don't just unravel.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
they do.
There
Butt
they go
muscles
again.
do.
My butt muscles. How do you get the basket?
So,
Tisketa
So
tasket. My
Stratus,
butt's in a
you will
basket.
see on you can see with spirit vision that on his turn there are several spirits approaching on street level. There are 3 that look like you've seen them, or at least had them described to you if you hadn't seen them personally before. They're sort of smoky red clouds that spiral in a whirlwind and occasionally have sharp or jagged weapons that protrude out of them. These are the types that were possessing gang members the first time you saved the regulators from a weird gang assassination attempt. There's a 4th spirit also. Doesn't particularly appear to be in a group with them, but is coming at about the same time. It looks very much like the pieces of a dump truck were mangled and twisted together with a large amount of broken masonry and some sort of body parts. And it's got kind of a residue of blood around it. It is also very big. None of them are currently material. At about the time that at about that same time, Loeb was going to cast another spell.
I'm sorry, but I am honestly excited that we are fighting this dump truck again.
I think it's a different dump
Oh,
truck.
it's a different dump truck.
The other one was a semi.
The last one was a semi.
I'll give you a spoiler. It's the same truck. Okay.
Can't believe Walker Breaker made it back.
I sure can.
Rossus, what are you up to?
Indefatigable. Rossus is continuing up the thing. I believe 1 round behind everyone else.
If he's old.
You were closer to the spirits.
There's an elevator, so if you want to take that.
This is gonna take a detour.
I don't want you to be winded by the time you get up there, so...
Rossus is already winded. He opened the door.
Okay.
Next Christmas, we should get him a cane.
This is ridiculous.
Cypress, you're up at apartment height.
I guess I'm gonna try to open the door.
What are we supposed to be, like, mages? We're not athletes.
The door does appear to be locked.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to pick it. Okay.
You're gonna try to
I'm
pick
gonna
it.
try to jimmy it. Yep.
Yeah, you can do dexterity plus larceny with -1.
I will use my specialty in lockpicking and get 3.
Yeah, you can. It's not a particular. It's a sizable but unambitious lock, and you are able to basically find a quick solution to get it opened.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll like turn the handle and put my shoulder against it to get it open fast.
Yeah, you can get it open. Hal, are you gonna do anything?
Yeah, well, since Cypress got the lock, I'll help push the door open.
Door's already open.
What do I see immediately after seeing the door open?
Choo-choo truck.
Yeah, I mean, there's it kind of opens into a little front hall. There's like 1.5 rooms between the two of you, but there's no like shut doors between. You can very quickly see or I'm sorry, do you have any spirit vision?
I just have my my normals, which is
Yeah,
the attainment.
You'll be able to see some a circle drawn in blood in one of the rooms. There aren't any visible people though.
Is there any visible spell effects going on?
Yeah, I mean the there are a couple effects that you can see. Without time to analyze them, it's hard to determine what exactly they are for.
Sure. I mean, can I tell that they're all spirit magic or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much spirit is all that's up right now.
Okay. I would go. I would start looking for this guy. I don't know if I'll find him in this round or not.
All right. You can start scanning around for him.
Do you want me to
Zeus-
like roll a random die to see if I?
I mean, you can't see him. You won't find him this turn
Okay.
for sure.
Sure. Then, as far as my character's concerned, the others will see that he went in whichever direction, and as if he's methodically searching the apartment or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll go into the room. It looks like there's nothing in there. Can I see Stratus from here?
Not really. You'd have to kind of pass through a few rooms to be able to see him.
That's the
From the
danger
entryway. You would have to get into the blood circle room in order to see Sostratus.
I'm gonna try to make my way to the blood circle room then.
Yeah, you can get there in one turn.
Okay.
It's not very. This apartment isn't so big.
I'll try to stand not in his line of fire.
Well, it's hard to say what exactly constitutes that, but you can try. All right.
Sorry.
So Stratus, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot Loeb in his other leg.
Okay.
Five for the other leg.
How much damage is that?
5.
5. Okay.
I'm making math simple by just using all of my damage bonus to get rid of penalties, basically.
All right. Oh, that's...
I'm gonna try to shout across again that there are rage spirits in the street. I don't know if they all hear me or not, but
Yeah, I mean, Zeus, you can definitely hear him say that.
And my bullet exists both physically and spiritually, or does it only is it spiritually?
It's both.
So you should also see a bullet come into the room.
Yeah, I mean, it does. You can see him shoot a bullet that inexplicably disappears partway into the room.
Okay.
Oh, do I see Loeb?
Yeah, you can see him.
Do I hear him shout about the spirits in the streets?
Yeah, I guess everybody who's in the apartment can hear that shout loud and clear. Yeah, the war type spirits are going to spend their turn basically flying up to the open window and materializing. Those of you who are in the apartment can see 3 whirling, crackling clouds of clashing weapons and general violence. And Walker Breaker is going to start climbing in shadow toward the apartment.
This is his revenge.
Now he throws you into a river.
God, That would be a fitting end.
That would be
Yeah,
poetic
Loeb is
justice.
going to Loeb is going to cast another spell. Oops. All right. Loeb is going to push his way through the gauntlet and reappear in the room. You can see that his face is pretty well covered in blood, and now most of his body is.
I like it.
He looks fairly disoriented, but he's basically on the defensive, covered in blood. Brassus, you can go.
I'm gonna get into the room then.
Yeah, you can get into the room.
I don't know if that's my entire turn or not.
No, you can probably do something else while you're in there.
Okay. Can I see Stratus?
Not from the entryway.
Oh, I don't want to get in his way. But I can see Loeb, right?
Yeah, he's
He just
visible.
reappeared. Reformed.
Sure.
I am going to cast. Oh God, I don't think it's gonna do much. Does Zeus have a weapon out?
Yeah, he's got a gun.
I am going to cast the perfect timing on Zeus.
Okay. Roll some successes this time.
6. You get 6 on your next gun attack, or next attack, whichever it may be. That is not a spell.
Okay.
If it's a spell, it's a gun.
All right, and Cypress.
Okay.
Cypress, you can see Walker Breaker sort of mini King Konging the side of this building. The others can't see him yet. The war spirits are visible to everyone now.
How close together are the war spirits? They're basically trying to get into the window.
They've come through the window. They're in a room, so they're probably within 4 yards of each other for sure. If that makes any difference.
Can I tell if they have spells on them? Specifically, I'm wondering if they are just summoned or if they are controlled. Like if they have active spells on them, or if the control is just a beckoning. Because I think
They
he's
have
powerful
active-
enough to do both.
Active spells on them, but you're not exactly sure which.
What about the Walker Breaker? I assume him too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try something retarded and bold and see if it works out. I'm going to try to use a control spirit in an area, and hit all of the war spirits.
I like it.
Okay.
It's one of those things.
I think -2 would get me the appropriate area. I'll check to make sure. Maybe not. 3.
I think so. Or you actually might have to do 3 targets instead of an area.
Yeah,
since
mine.
You don't have one higher than you would need to cast it.
True.
which I believe would then be -4.
Might be better off going for walk. Let's see here. I can never remember which fucking page that shit's on. Okay, I'm going to, oh, here we go, spell factors. God, why is there not just a, whatever. Yeah, 4-yard radius or multiple targets would give me the same -4.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna spend a willpower. And... oh, they get to roll resistance. I think if they're controlled, I have to contend with that instead or before. I'm not sure which. I have to contend with the potency of the control.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how that works. Alright, I got 5.
Whew. Yeah, you can nab all 3 of them.
well.
That was
Alright,
an extremely good roll.
it really was.
Basically, yeah. I tossed that in my own little chat window just to see what he would have gotten on them, and their if their resistances weren't so miserable, it might be harder to control.
All
Yeah,
right.
so you got all 3 of them.
I'm going to say, I'm going to say, stop that, and I'm going to point at Walker Breaker.
Okay.
All right, and that is. Can I take cover? I'm just gonna find a wall to hide behind, basically. If
Sure.
There's one within my range. Yep, that's my turn.
All right. Hal. These 3 spirits that are visible seem to be
Cypress.
obeying Cypress's directions.
Uh-huh.
At least they've gone and started flailing their semi-corporeal weapon forms at something that you can't yet see. Loeb is in the room and covered in blood and
Is he dying?
no. He's badly wounded from his face, though.
I got a question for you. I don't know if it matters to you, but it matters to me. Well, whatever. I want to cast a spell on Loeb, and his stamina subtracts from the spell cast. So how much do I need to minus?
This is actually kind of funny that you're asking me to say this out loud. His stamina is 7.
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, he's a life mage. He probably boosted the fuck out of his stamina. That's my best guess.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to do it because I already said I was going to do it.
Yep.
But I will use a willpower to try to get more out of it. Okay, so
Okay.
somebody remind me, but casting a spell normally, like, that you don't have a rope for is just...
It's just Arcanum plus Gnosis.
Okay, so normally I would have 8, but since I have to subtract 7 from the stamina, I'm going to make it 4 just to see if I can do it. This is a vulgar spell, so it'll be my second. I will spend the mana to keep you down to 1 chance.
Ed, you could have rolled for my... nope. Or I don't remember if Control Spirit's vulgar. I don't think it is. Control Spirit's
you're a
not
vulgar spell.
Rouse it is. Never mind.
Thank God. You're spending down to a chance die, is that right?
Yes. If you want to roll that first, you may do that.
Got 1.
I will take the bashing or whatever it ends up being.
Naturally.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the spell.
Which spell is this?
It's Devouring the Slain.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll it with 4 dice. I got a success, which means... Okay, this... I don't know how funny or not this is. But basically, a lot of things happen when you use this.
Yeah. I think this basically comes down to, are you stealing his life force and converting it to mana, or are you stealing his willpower?
I'm stealing his willpower. I was trying to get more than one back. Damage. So I guess I'm doing 1 damage to him and taking the willpower back that I used.
I thought it did one or the other.
Okay.
Oh, it's one. You can either do mana
It's
or
kind of
willpower.
confusing.
But it says it does hurt them when you do it.
Sure. For the purposes of this combat, that is exactly what happens.
Okay.
It is... Yeah. Okay. Zeus, what are you up to?
I'm gonna shoot him. Lee, what did you put on that gun? I'm sorry.
This guy is literally being battered.
On my gun or on your gun?
I love
You
this.
put
It's
you
like,
put a bunch of you put like a thing on like
Oh,
guns
it's a
and
+2 bonus on the first roll.
I'm gonna throw the Celestial Fire.
It's also
and
on your
well,
sword if you have your
he's
sword
got a
on.
defense of 8.
like,
Okay.
I have it, but
I'm gonna use this other spell.
Ed,
This
am
guy
I
will-
subtracting anything from shooting him?
Ridiculous.
No, you can get yourself into a position where he's ill prepared to
You're getting +8 dice, Jeff?
Uh-huh.
avoid.
Guys, next time I think we should all just be sniper mages.
Yeah, he does not have any
Uh,
subtractions from.
I'm not gonna
Also,
spend a
if you're
willpower
blind, you probably
because
wouldn't even be able to dodge it.
hopefully I get a success on this.
So if we're all sniper mages, whoever gets forces 3 first wins.
Wow, that's okay, but that's fine. I still got that other
Depends
thing.
on how you play Sniper Mage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I like to
Pretty
think
sure I should
everyone
do the
loses.
crossfire. I'm pretty sure I should do the crossfire jingle, but I'm not gonna do it.
There's just a circling pile of bullets in between all of us.
And we're all going, yeah, yeah.
Jeez. Alright, so that's 8 damage
Jesus
to him,
Christ.
not to a specific location.
Okay. Yeah. You can put one in him. He's still standing. Who all is
That guy and his apartment are like covered in gore.
who all is in the room with him?
Me.
I am.
I had to touch him, and Zeus.
Okay. Each
I'm
of
ready,
you roll 1 die for odds and evens.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
Even.
Odd.
Oh. Even.
Okay.
Oh.
You've
Oops,
been,
my
you've
bad.
been rolling to me, buddy.
I have been rolling to you. I was like, I didn't see anyone else's roll.
Yeah. Cypress, you get some of his blood on you when he gets shot just now.
Okay.
I just saw that, Richard.
The you can't really tell what happened, but you feel something kind of wrong about it.
Okay.
He's basically staggered out of his cover. He can't really effectively defend himself at this point. So Stratus, you can go. The -3 cover penalty is not in effect anymore.
Okay. I don't have the aiming targets open. I closed it for some reason. And so just 1 second while I check what the penalties are.
Head. -5.
I think head is only -4 and eye is -5 actually.
Head. -4. Take it.
That's why I wanted to check.
Oh, it's
Hey, do you have precise shot? Because
Hand is
firing
for eye
into
is fine.
combat.
Head is 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Oh man.
Ooh. That is only 2 damage.
To the head.
Yeah, that's not gonna deal any damage.
I mean, he does take something, but he doesn't appear badly hit. A sort of glancing bullet to the head.
Also, wouldn't you have to do like 7 damage to stagger him or stun him? Or is it his size?
When you aim at the benefit of aiming is that you get a bonus on getting those the different tilts to work. You can normally cause some of those without aiming.
Also massive damage.
Mm.
All right. I'm gonna do something random-like. All right. Zeus, what is your defense?
I know the answer to that question.
And if you have the armor that stops things from touching you, you can add that. Otherwise, it's just
5.
all right. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, he's going to run up to the nearest target he can find without being able to see. Attack basically at random, and yeah, he's not gonna do any damage to you, but he's gonna smear his blood all over you. Basically, he's gonna try to grab you and sort of helplessly wrestle with you for about a turn, and then lose his grip.
Okay.
All right, Barasas, what are you up to?
I don't know. The guy is still blind and moving around, right?
Even
You-
though his legs were shot.
Do you see the other, the spirits?
The spirits have basically taken their affairs to the street.
Okay.
You can't really see
This
them.
is not gonna. He's gonna not do anything.
Okay. Cypress.
I'm gonna say, don't get his blood on you. Realizing now that is probably too late. And then I am going to shit.
What a weird thing to do at this stage in the initiative.
Yeah, I don't really have a good option. I'm just gonna shoot him with a gun.
It's a good option. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's an okay option. Yeah.
Yeah. You can make your roll without any modifications.
It's a 1 damage gun, so 4 damage.
Alright.
And I'm gonna try to put some distance between myself and him. Like into a different room or something.
Yeah, you can get into another room. Hell.
Hal's gonna assume that he has something like 20 decks, and no, Hal will use another vulgar spell. He's going to use Celestial Fire, and he's going to spend. Only is 3. This is the pro quality to make it 2, but then, of course, I have to spend 4 mana to remove the paradox down to a chance die.
Are you going to do that?
I'm going to do that.
All right, you did it.
All right. How much is his speed that I have to subtract from my cast? And does him getting shot in the leg affect that?
Defense is only 3.
I'm going to use the willpower that I siphoned off of him to remove that 3 defense.
It's my willpower now.
And 5.
Huh.
And I really think it sucks if I kill him and I screwed up my New Year's resolution so fast.
Yeah. I like
Resolution was to not kill anybody?
No, I think Zeus said, well, how about we see
Right,
if
I
we
remember
not
now.
kill anybody till the end of the year, before the end.
He's gonna,
He's gonna die.
yeah. His,
I'm essentially torching him.
yeah, basically, it, he lights up with
Can you do a
heatless
gargling
fire.
I don't imagine he can make any other noises.
His drippy blood sort of seems to kind of evaporate mostly under the purifying flames. He looks like he's got a little bit of fight in him for a moment, but he eventually sort of, his knees kind of buckle and he will fall unconscious.
I want to use the first chance I get. I want to use that spell that erases like forensic type stuff to remove the blood off of Zeus's face.
Yeah, you can do that.
I forget which spell it is, but I know I have it. I figure this is way better than wiping it off with a rag. And if there's any kind of taint in that blood, I don't want him to get screwed over.
Yeah. Those of you who are in the apartment building can, I guess all of you can make a Wits plus composure roll.
I'd like to. Also, I'd like to move. I might be muted. Oh, no,
I
I'm
can
not.
hear you.
0.
I got 1. Also, I'd like to move to the window.
Do I get my ghost
Yeah.
specialty?
No. Sorry.
3.
Um,
0, number 1.
everybody who got at least 1, you can hear a lot of commotion in this building. And Rory, you can hear a fair amount of commotion in the building you're in also. But you'll also see some like movement through windows on various different floors. The anybody who's scoping out the situation in the street, it appears that the war spirits pretty quickly shed their bodies. All but one of them appears to have been dispatched already. The fight between the 2 of them is pretty much, it's already gone like 50 to 100 yards down the ephemeral road, and they just sort of appear to be going back and forth a little bit. The spirit is mostly being defensive, or the war spirit is mostly being defensive, and Walker Breaker is mostly being aggressive and foolhardy.
And I'd like to make up a spell.
I would like to see you try.
Alright, so I think with forces of 3 I can use some rudimentary telekinesis. I'd like to apply life to that and try to draw any of the external blood on Cypress into my hand.
Yeah, you can try to do that.
I'm assuming that's vulgar. And I will spend 4 mana? Can I spend 4 mana with 4 Gnosis? I think I can.
I think you can.
Yeah, so that'll be a chance. 1 die.
It'll be 1 die.
Yeah.
We're just burning through our mana in this scene.
Well, you're lucky.
Alright, so I'll give that a shot.
Unsurprisingly, the Guardians are willing to burn through their mana to prevent the massive paradox from happening.
Ooh, I'll get a 5.
Yeah, I mean, you can quite handily draw the blood off of her.
Yeah. I'll draw it into like a little ball and then just let it go.
Okay.
I'll say, thanks. We should probably get out of here before Walker Breaker kills that thing and comes for us again. I don't want to have to tangle with him while he's also punching me in the face.
Ed?
Yeah.
Can I use, the, what is it called? Cleanse the body? And try to remove any of the blood that got from me, on me, as...
Sure, you can try to do that.
Ed, you said he's unconscious. You didn't say he's dead.
He's dying, but he's not technically dead.
That's the best kind of dead.
I got 1, Ed.
No, it's not the best kind of dead. It's the kind of dead that somebody could save him from.
Kill him.
Yep. Ed, I'm gonna execute him with the gun.
And resolution ruined.
He doesn't count as people.
Ed, I am then going to cast that one spell that I can't remember for some fucking reason to get some mana from him from dying from a metal thing.
Sure, you can do that.
I'm going to start leaving.
Yep, after...
I'm gonna say Walker Breaker is out there. We're on a short time limit. I don't want to try to control him again right now.
Yeah, I need the mana back.
Okay. It is only 1 turn.
Does that spell specifically state how much mana you get, or is it the equivalent to...
I'm gonna tell you in a second. Anyone who dies by metal, whether shot, crushed by card, blah blah blah. If the spell is successful, a mage can gain mana as if he had performed a blood sacrifice. Casting a spell by itself does not cause degeneration.
I do not remember how much you get for blood sacrifice.
Yeah, it's kind of wiggy because he's still alive, but the amount of mana you get from the sacrifice is equal to how much damage he takes.
Well, it was a 3 to succeed on the spell.
So I mean, you're upgrading his lethal damage to aggravated damage, but in the interest of speeding this along, yeah, it's 10.
Okay.
He's got 10 wounds left to be upgraded to aggravated.
Oh man, Hal's gonna do that thing where he's breathing in really deep and like cracking his neck as he's like getting all his mana back. He feels much better now.
Oh, I mean,
You usually do once you break your New Year's resolutions.
this is an interesting,
Sometimes you gotta crack a few resolutions to make an omelet.
an interesting thing to note is that you wouldn't have had to cast that spell
Oh, because I could have just blood sacrificed him?
because you are killing him. The
Well, the
main
thing
reason to
is
cast the
about
spell
that-
is so that you can gain the mana from someone who dies without you having to kill them.
The thing is about that is, that's the only thing that Hal knows how to do, to take mana from other people.
Sure.
He's
So,
never been told
makes
about
sense.
blood sacrifices,
I mean-
probably.
If he had known Loeb, maybe Loeb could have taught him some blood stuff, but, he only knows
Sure.
this.
Yeah, actually, killing him would probably cause like the same degeneration roll as blood sacrificing him would.
All right.
Oh well.
Then
Anyways, I sucked some mana out of him. I'm good to go.
what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna leave. I don't remember if it was me or Zeus who drove here, but I'm just gonna get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's time to leave.
Yeah, I'll
I'm gonna
drive
pull
out
my
way.
hood up and try to keep a low
Any of you
profile when I leave.
Stealthy or
Yes.
disguise yourself?
I am trying to be stealthy and
I
not
cannot-
be seen.
What I will do is I will animate shadows. I'm pretty sure there's at least one version of that that is not.
It's daytime.
Oh, it's daytime now. Well,
Yeah.
there's got to be a shadow somewhere, and we'll make sure it's thicker and darker to walk in.
Ed, I'm going to try to avoid as much of this problem as I can by pulling my hood up and trying to sneak to a fire escape. And not go through the middle of the building where all the people are probably coming out of their
Yeah,
apartments.
I mean, if you go out of the building, there are going to be some eyes. If you're trying to avoid as many of them as possible, you can try to roll either dexterity or composure plus stealth. Otherwise, if you're trying to do something else to avoid notice or get out clean, you can try to do that.
I
got
would
4
like
on stealth.
I would like to call to question the small-framed bonus of people just not really seeing you most of the time. I forget how they
Yeah.
word it, but
You can roll. You can add a bonus for being small.
and then you said stealth and what to sneak away?
Dex.
Either
or
dexterity or plus or composure.
Ed, also, I got 3, but I also would like to remind you that I have occultation of 3 as well.
Yeah.
Ed, I'm gonna cast a vulgar spell.
I got 0 on my stealth check.
Okay.
I like that Jeff is into forces and life. As vulgar as it gets,
Are we-
basically.
I'll spend 2 mana, so the die pool is only 3. I think. I'm losing track.
Damn it.
Uh,
When I get the really good die pools, I'm not getting anything. All right. You don't get any paradox for it.
me, I will turn invisible.
I thought for sure you were just gonna change your face.
Nope.
Yeah, can't you just do incognito presence or whatever the fuck it's called?
Nope.
Not a mind mage.
I will turn invisible and not
Ross
move
has
more than
mind-
half my
has
speed.
incognito presence.
I thought that Zeus had mine too. For some reason.
That's weird. All right. Yeah. You guys can all leave. For the most part, people won't hassle you, even if they do spot you, or you won't get the particular impression that any of them mean to do anything or try to interfere with you leaving. Those of you that are visible at all. Did anybody get 0 successes other than Barasis? Okay. Yeah, for the most part, people are pretty startled. You can tell that there are some people on the phone to the police.
There's an old man leaving the building.
He looks like an appliance magnate. Yeah, you guys can get into the car and get on your way out.
I will take a moment to reflexively purge my body of any toxins. Can I tell if there are any?
You don't feel like there are any toxins in particular.
Alright. Cool.
May have
I've
been.
got a phone call. I'll be right back.
I can think of there was something wrong when his blood was on me.
If there's
Do I still feel like that, Ed, or is it just... Or did it seem like that was maybe a property of the blood itself that Zeus removed, or if that was a property like a curse or some other weirdness? I'm gonna basically inspect myself to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
Like with life and spirit.
Spirit sense, you can tell that there's still something on you.
Is it on
The
Zeus
blood
also?
is completely gone. Yep. If you're looking over everybody, so Stratus, Zeus, and you, all.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna, like, while we're in the car, I'm gonna like hunker down and try to investigate what exactly this is. Like, is it related to whatever connection he had with the supernal entity, or is it related to like a higher order of spirit magic than I have, or
You can
or a
tell
Numina maybe?
it doesn't feel like a spell for sure.
Sure.
As far as Numina goes, it's not anything that you're familiar with. It's what you were saying about a higher order is close to the truth. It feels on first inspection like some sort of property. You are pretty sure you know how it got there, but you're not exactly sure like what sort of realm it occupies, as it doesn't seem to be a numen in the traditional sense, and it's definitely not a spell.
Do I think, can I tell what part of me it's affecting? Like, is it affecting just the areas where the blood touched, or is it affecting me as a whole? Or like my soul or anything like that?
You can roll intelligence plus occult.
Can I get my specialty in spirits?
Yeah.
I got 2.
Yeah.
Jeff shot him. You're muted. Sorry.
The it's very hard to grasp, for you to grasp what this is for.
Is it just like, it sort of just looks like a mark?
Yeah, that's kind of the impression that you get from your investigation. It feels sort of like a mark of some kind.
I'm gonna say, Stratus, Zeus, and myself seem to be, marked, or, I don't know, like, branded, something like that.
Can I give a once over, Ed, or do I see anything different?
You are using crime and death-based attainments, is what you're talking about. You can't tell there's anything there at all.
Can you remove it?
I can't... No, I can hardly even pinpoint what exactly it's affecting, much less what it's doing.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. If he had powerful spirit allies, it may be some sort of tracking thing, but it's not... It's related to spirits. It's not exactly a spirit thing. It may be related to whatever he was summoning. Some supernal entity, or something like that.
You said it's some kind of mark or a brand?
Like a mark, yeah. Something may be able to follow it. It's hard to say.
Ed, have we ever heard of magic that does anything like that? That might be different.
It's definitely not magic.
It's
Traditional.
tough to say.
Well, if it's still here tomorrow, Would you be willing to try to remove it?
I can. I can. Maybe some sort of variant on exorcism might work. Or,
Well, maybe it'll go away on its own, but if not, I'll gladly be your guinea pig.
I would try it on myself first, I think.
Doesn't sound safe.
I mean, he had to know
Well,
he was
that
gonna
might be
die. This
true.
had to have been some kind of curse or something, right?
I don't even know. I don't have any fate, so I can't really tell. I don't even know if it's really related to that or if it's something else. I might be able to ask a more experienced spirit mage. I've been meaning to try to find one, for my own purposes.
Hey, Ed, do I know how well taught in the ways of spirit Hyperion is?
Better than you.
Well, yeah, everybody is.
Well, he's got
that
this.
he's
He's
at
got
least
the
like
spirit
3
version of the attainment that you
just got.
reconfigured for death. So you're pretty sure he's got, pretty good amount, 3 or 4.
Okay. I don't know. I have one of my. I should say one of my mentors might be able to help, but I don't know. It's probably has nothing to do with the things he can. It's worth a shot. At least we can keep it in confidence.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to ask, it might be an imposition. I don't really know who. Either way, I'm going to take some time to look at it today and see what happens.
All right. So you going to flee back to your sanctum?
I assume taking a circuitous route laid out for us by Sostratus.
Yeah.
We're not fleeing. We won handily.
Yeah.
Well,
Your word
There-
handily means
by the time
Jeff, it's called
By the
fleeing
time
the
you-
scene.
Oh,
by the time you leave the area, you will start to hear the sound of forthcoming police and emergency vehicles. Is what I mean.
oh, I see. Yep.
You're going to flee the consequences of your great victory.
Yes.
Uh,
I'll agree
Ed?
to that.
partway home, I'm gonna, when we're still fairly close, I'm gonna get out of the car and find a payphone.
Sure.
I'm going to call an anonymous tip to the police with a description of Capone having violently killed Loeb.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they'll put a fair amount of pressure on you to, come in, talk to them, give some kind of evidence that supports your claim.
No, I'll just make it an anonymous tip.
Okay.
But I would like to use my police contacts to have called the right person to make that a little bit more sticking.
Sure. Yeah, I guess you can roll call it manipulation plus persuasion.
I really wish it was subterfuge.
Yeah, I guess subterfuge works.
Okay, that is a lot better. Will you let me have my lying specialty or not?
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely not telling the truth.
As long as he's not telling you the truth.
Or
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're very interested in what you have to say. But yeah, I mean, you're not sure how far they'll be able to take it without any sort of evidence, but at the very least, they seem to believe you far enough to want to know more and to keep their eyes out.
Right.
Okay.
He was wearing a uniform, like from
Yeah.
a prison.
Yep, I will drop clues like that to make sure that it is going to be Capone, that they're going to try to track down and enough to...
And he said, "I'll kill you just like I kill all of the prisoner morale at the prison where I work."
Using a government-issued pistol.
It said government on the side. Oh, okay.
Acme government.
Acme government brand pistol. Yeah,
This is the type
that's
of thing that
consistent.
Stratus does for a living, though, remember?
What? Oh, man, I want to know what it was he was doing that made him so unkillable.
Stamina 7?
That can't be all of it.
Well,
I mean, he was
if he has
covered in gore. There was blood everywhere. He got shot by Sostratus like 6 times.
if he has
Yeah,
that-
he was difficult to kill.
The fact that
Oh,
he
by
had
the
to
way,
be
I
executed
used the whole
leaves
clip of the
me
spirit bullets.
what was
not
that?
understanding
I
what was
used the
going
whole
on.
clip.
Oh,
Oh,
That was my last shot of the spirit bullets that I used.
well, I'm glad that one spell that I used today was very effective.
I don't know what it is he could have done to himself to make himself like that. I didn't detect anything abyssal while I was there.
I mean, do you
I
think
wasn't
he-
looking specifically for it, but I think it would have jumped out at me considering how vulgar all of the shit he was doing was.
Is it possible
there-
that he merged with a spirit or something? I mean, is that even a thing?
I would have definitely seen it.
The blood came out of his eye. That blood thing came out of his eye.
So that spirit was... He used himself as a...
That thing wasn't exactly a spirit either. Something similar but different? I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Well, it did hit me. I don't know if I should do anything about this blood.
You have the same thing. You have the same mark that me and Zeus do.
Ed, is there...
What mark?
Sorry,
what kind of
there's a
magic
mark
does
on
that
us.
sound like? The whole, like, it's not quite spirit, but he just animated his blood to do stuff. Is that like anything we've ever heard of?
when you saw the thing, Cypress, it did appear to be a spirit, sort of. You're guessing that the blood creature, if he had summoned some sort of supernal being, was it. Basically, it seemed to be a spirit, but at the same time, it interacted with things other than it interacted with the world around it in a different way. Like,
Sure.
Case in point, when Barassus tried to affect it with mind is like a hazardous element to it, because the arcanum of mind is not represented in the primal wild. It's the inferior arcanum. Therefore, it's basically like the
Poison.
Yeah, it's like it is like, yeah, basically you can construct a spell to kill a supernal entity using the thing that its realm lacks.
That is cool.
Because it basically has no way to interact with that thing. Anyway, Rory, what's affecting you, me, and Zeus is some sort of strange spirit, not spirit effect. It's visible. You'd probably be able to see it as long as you have spirit tied up. But
It's up to you.
I haven't gotten rid of it. I'm basically running my bearer. I'm not applying any more spells onto myself.
Well, at this point, affecting might be a strong word. I feel fine. We can deal with it tomorrow
Yeah.
if it's an issue.
It's there, but I don't know what it does, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything to us. but it is just weird.
Well, let's mark one down then.
I'd say, as much as the other ones are dangerous, as an individual, Loeb seemed to me like the most dangerous, if only because he had been so rigorously threatened and backed into a corner. He, I guess, was willing to do damn near anything.
It also says something about what you can do with that amount of preparation.
And desperation.
Howell will not. Well, he's personally no threat to us, no.
That's true, and I have a feeling the cabal is a lot weaker without him. And him being dead does open up some opportunities for monitoring. You may be able to affect spirits in the area of the prison without running the risk that they'll just get controlled.
Does this mean that maybe, I'm just going off on a limb, but if there were any spirits that he had asked to help protect Stroud in the prison, that might have gone away now, or?
It would depend. I don't think the spirits would innately know they if he died, unless he was actively controlling them. Like if he went out of his way to ask them something or make a deal with them, like paying them something, then I can't imagine they would know that he died until he doesn't pay up or doesn't check in or whatever the deal is. If he was controlling them, well, that'd be a tax on or drain on his resources to be controlling spirits like that. But at the same time, I think those spells would go away when he died.
So what you're saying is not likely.
Not likely. If there are any spirits specifically protecting Joliet, it's probably ones that he made a deal with.
Maybe, maybe he wasn't even performing that kind of service to begin with, but at the very least, they don't have somebody that specializes in it to protect themselves anymore.
If
maybe we can set up our own surveillance.
If there isn't anything there, then like you said, I can I know of some spirits that are very sneaky and pretty subtle. It's a gift from my mother, I guess.
Oh, those kind.
I might be able to just ask them to monitor and see what it is that I would have to give them. I don't really... Ed, do I remember what it was? I don't remember if I asked it what sort of deal it made, aside from asking what it was doing. Yeah, I think I only asked what it was doing, not specifically what she was paying it, or if it was just a deal.
Yeah, I do not recall you asking what they were getting out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's...
But I mean, she has the capability to give them essence, and she probably knows many loci in which she can draw essence in case she needs to pay a spirit.
Since we're not in a position to act on the prison immediately, I think it's a good idea if we could get some inside guys to at least know what's going on, keep tabs on it.
Oh, is that what they're called, Ed?
They are called that. And for what it's worth, it should be noted that they are a type of moon spirit.
Interesting. I'll, yeah, okay, I'll, just think about it.
So what's next on our agenda regarding this pylon?
Take a break. I think we've sent a much more clear message than before.
Most of their agents on the outside are dead.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for Capone, and if I see a window, I'll let you guys know. If they stay in the prison, and we don't want to do an outright assault, I don't know what we can do. I suggest we start setting up making their life difficult in the prison.
Right, over time we were going to try to cause enough factors to occur to make that prison inhabitable.
Yep.
I also ventured to say that anybody that was going to use them as some sort of tool against us will have to find some other way.
I'm sure that our name is going to get around now. I don't really know how proud they are, but they might spread the word if we can't be dealt with. So, I don't know, we might be on some watch lists.
I've been on watch lists before.
Oh, I haven't. This is new to me.
It goes a long ways to be more expensive to deal with than the potential gain.
Well, I don't know how much of the Praetorian ministry is in this city, but if they do any kind of investigation on it, they'll find that a lot of this was brought on themselves.
With any luck, they bought our scroll gambit. Or if somebody else tries to see if we're worth the trouble, they will buy the scroll gambit.
Alright then.
Well, I'm okay with taking it easy. I can
We have a meeting in a few days.
I can start looking into. I mean, I can just start doing research, and I can talk with my mentor, or we can find a high caliber spirit mage to look into this.
I'm still looking for
thing.
I'm still looking for one, so I might find somebody. But if your mentor has anything to help, I would gladly come and meet him.
At the very least, he might be able to point you in the right direction. That's, I'm guessing, not your mother.
That's the one I'm trying to avoid.
All right, I can ask him sometime soon.
Sure. Like I said, I'd be willing to go and meet him. I like meeting spirit mages.
Other than that, we need to make sure we close up any loose ends with the man in the basement. And we need to...
The man in the basement?
Well, I don't know. Don't we keep him in the basement or something like that?
He was just in his room.
Cuckoo?
Drano was the man in the basement, right?
Yeah. I thought we were just keeping Khufu in his bed.
I thought we had like a room somewhere else that we were keeping him that was not... Whatever.
We don't have it yet, but that's on the agenda. Also on the agenda, don't forget, is... I guess this is mostly to Barassus to keep your eyes and ears open, but anyone else... we are looking for a new member.
That's true.
That'll be on Rhodes more than anybody else too, right?
I would imagine it's on the Guardians as much as it's on us.
But if you happen to hear about someone before we do...
I'd like to get another Guardian.
Yeah, I wouldn't be, I don't know if we'll find someone right away, but, be on the lookout regardless. Might take some time.
I don't know. I go to those free council things against my better judgment, and a lot of rumor mongering goes on there, so who knows? I might be able to find out something.
Other than that, Rhodes knows about my interest in doing research at the other location.
I'm sure he'll make a decision on that soon enough.
So Stratus, you don't mind being transportation from time to time, do you?
I don't mind.
Alright.
Where do you need to go?
Oh, I thought you may have heard what I was talking
Means
about.
back to the bunker.
Oh, you want me to take you there? Yeah, I mean, it'll take a while if you want to do a day trip, and if Rhodes doesn't mind.
I know it's asking a lot of your time, but if
maybe you two could coordinate when you're going together, so I can
Be efficient about it.
Bring you both at the same time.
Yeah, it's largely dependent on you okaying doing it and him okaying doing it. So I'm just glad that at least half of that business is an okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to stay at the Sanctum that day.
Sure.
Really stay at the Sanctum for the whole day.
I'm gonna rest since I have bashing damage.
Yeah. I have a bashing damage from my vulgar magic.
I'm going to rent Airplane and toss it on the couch next to Cypress.
Ed, can I have a
Nice.
willpower back for continuing shooting a man in the eye and while he's bleeding out on the ground for being heartless?
Sure. That'll work.
God, I cannot believe that Control Spirit was as good as it was. I have not had a very good Control Spirit roll in a number of sessions.
I don't know if you guys can hear my dog barking. or
Sure
not,
can.
but He had
It's cool.
he had his Kong in his mouth and he tried to bark through it, and it just like sounded like somebody was choking to death out in the foyer area.
That was a pretty good session, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Before we get into anything else that's too big. I have a couple of things down here that I know you're intending to do in the future.
I think we have basically put ourselves in a good downtime situation coming up.
Yeah, I figure probably after next session, we can, if you are going to do some downtime, we can probably do it.
Oh yes, I want to.
Yeah.
With the possible inclusion of certain things happening at an indeterminate point along the downtime spectrum. I'm writing notes about this, and I'm not writing very good at talking.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys can have one whole experience point for savagely killing one of your enemies.
I mean, I feel bad, but that shit had to get done.
You should feel bad.
No, I mean, Hal doesn't.
Hal should feel bad. He just shot a man in the head.
He was going to die
And-
anyways. It was like a mercy killing at that point.
You specifically killed him with a gun so you could get your mana back.
No, that's not exactly true. I specifically killed him because Ed specified that he was just unconscious, and I didn't want him to haunt us again.
That's a good point.
Well, you did sacrifice him, more or less.
But I do want mana back all the time. I'm a mana-hungry character, so I need all of it.
I did not realize that, like, I had never really read Numinous Shield. That spell is badass. The Prime one is also not as good.
How much are we at?
40?
Yeah.
I gotta do the math on what I have.
Too bad for you.
No, it's not that difficult. I only bought 3 merits and a few arcana.
I am sitting on a lot.
How much do merits cost?
It depends on the amount of dots.
I thought it didn't.
It's
I thought
one
everything
per
was
dot.
the same.
One per
It's
dot.
one per dot. If it's a merit that has multiple levels, and you have to buy each level individually, like 1, 2, 3, etc. But if it's a merit that costs like 4, it's just 4.
I'm not sure that that's true anymore.
Really?
That would not be consistent with the way other abilities work.
Yeah, I thought we were doing it 1-1-1.
It's, I mean, nothing else costs multiples for the different levels, so I'm not sure why merits would, but if you can find evidence to the contrary, I would listen to it.
No, that's a good point.
Anyway,
I like to think that I did it the right way, but I also do not remember where I have spent my experience. So, cheese it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go, and thank you, Ed, for running.
Just double checking. This weekend, people said was out.
Yeah, this weekend's out of the question. I think.
Yeah, Rich and Britt are going to be out of town.
That's fine. I just was double checking.
You guys are coming in on Thursday, right?
Thursday night.
Yeah.
How much was Gnosis? 4?
It's 5.
5?
And you can spend Arcane Experience on it.
Ed, I think I'll be in Winona in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, I probably will be too.
Probably.
I might try to get some gaming with Brandon
Probably.
together. You'd definitely be invited.
Gaming's good. I like gaming.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good night.
Yeah. I'll
Night.
see you later.
Later.
I'm gonna take off too because I'm super tired.
Yeah, I figured.
I'll see you.
Night.
All right. Good night, you guys.